Sergeant Terry Lorehammer. Thanks for joining us. Today we have a special profile on the closure of AFN Bremerhaven. AFN Bremerhaven signed on the air as AFN Bremen on July 28, 1945. After moving to Bremerhaven in 1949 and serving military members for nearly 48 years, 1993 sees AFN Bremerhaven airing its last local radio program today. Station Manager Master Sergeant Bill Boyd and Chief Engineer Klaus Jens share their thoughts with us.
Dominating the airwaves, AFN Bremerhaven, the power.
Forecast for northern Germany calling for mostly cloudy skies. You can expect some morning fog, and we've got it. Look for high
number of people I've met through here. I guess the important thing about any place is the people you meet and the memories that they will always seem to jar in my mind. We had a lot of fun here in Bremerhaven. I think the fact that we are somewhat isolated, if you will, away from headquarters gives a little bit more leadway, a little bit more freedom. I will say it's not a joyous occasion to close something down that you've worked very hard to build up. And I know from my German employees especially who've been here for many, many years, to work very hard at building something and then have to tear it apart is almost gut-wrenching, really. And for myself, having been here as my first assignment at AFN, back in the 70s, and I'd be here at the last assignment before I retire, to have to totally close something down that's been such a, big part of my life, it's very difficult.
Well, AFN Bremerhaven is not just a place where I work. I feel like it's somewhat my home because I spend so much time here. It's a big portion of my life and a vital interest, of course.
We have a community at one time went from anywhere from 20 to 16 to 10,000. Now it's down to probably just hundreds on the American side. We get lots of letters, every day from lots of German listeners expressing their dismay at our demise. There's one right here from a guy that just came in today and said he's been listening for 35 years. And since I find it very hard to believe that on April 1st it won't be there anymore.
You've been listening to the radio AFN for a long time?
Yes, for a very long time. It started shortly after the war, when I was a boy, and for my first money I bought a portable radio,
Well, AFN Bremerhaven actually began as AFN Bremen in 1945 in July, and it moved to Bremerhaven in 1949 as most of the U.S. forces shifted north to the port, and it's been here ever since.
Send out another session of Bedlam and Bremen at 7:25. The 13 of the Lewis 12 were all lined up for you to see.
I remember very well. I listened every day after school and until the late night.
Living in a place like this, there's had a lot of work. It's sometimes getting very, very depressing, of course, especially when we get phone calls from many, many loyal listeners, or we get orders. We really didn't know that we had so many listeners. Now that we are closing down, all of them, or many of them, they just call or send us letters to say goodbye. We didn't know of them really. Of course, it's nice to know that we still have so many friends listening out there, but on the other side, it's getting kind of sentimental when you read these sentences like, he offered and gave a lot to me and I loved everything of it. I mean, it's sometimes that you get some tears in your eyes and it's not easy.
I guess you know a radio station is not like any other military. It's a little bit of WKRP and MASH all over and beyond. I've always said it's been the best kept secret in AFN, and I guess you'll have to find another secret now.
You'll be missed up there in Bremerhaven. Good luck in your new assignments. And that's Profile. I'm Air Force Sergeant Terry Lorehammer. See you tomorrow.